I've never really had a real job. I've been a lifeguard, I've been a ski instructor. My jobs have kind of been vacations. It's grueling. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Basically, my life, I'm trying to beat the system. I'm aspiring to work as little as possible. This lady will put your name on a piece of rice. That's what she does for a living. Probably the most boring thing in the world. Oh, now look at this. How's she gonna sell a piece of pizza for $1.99 when he's selling for $99? That's when you've done everything else in life. You go, what am I gonna do today? I think I'm gonna get a metal detector and go look for a nickel. This is LA Fire Department. They just park wherever they want. They don't care. They're not working. They're just checking out women. You can put my name on a piece of rice?
I'll do it.
What if my name's John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt?
I'll do it for you.
You could get that on there? It's called posing. Aren't they supposed to be saving lives? I tell jokes. Leave that to me. Stupid fireman. I did work for my dad for a while, and my dad sells insurance, so that would probably be the worst job. I used to sell insurance. Yeah, that's not a chick picker-upper job. I had a friend that was a surgeon, another friend that played professional football, and I sold insurance. And we'd go out to meet girls. We'd be in a bar, and my friend would be like, hey, my name's Bill. I play for the Steelers. Hey, Mike here's a doctor, and Eddie sells insurance. And I'd be like, thanks. Why don't you just tell him I don't have a dick? I worked in an office for I used to work for a senator, and it was the only office job I've ever had. I got fired. I worked for Arlen Specter. Do you know who that is? Yeah, Arlen Specter, a senator out of America. He was the guy on the Warren Commission that came up with the single bullet theory. And people get hand-signed letters from senators, and they think it's like the most amazing thing in the world. He signed it himself. The politicians, they don't sign it. They have a machine called an auto pen, where you just put a piece of paper in, you hit a pedal, and a pen comes down and goes, and signs their name. And I know this because that was my job all day long. I would just sign letters all day long. But you should see my letter of recommendation. It was like, not only should you hire Eddie and pay him 6 figures, you should let him drive your car and fuck your wife. He is like my best friend in the entire world. Signed, Arlen Specter. My friend says dude all the time. He's one of those guys, dude, comes out every other word. He's like, dude, 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 dude. I'm like, I gotcha, dude. He's like, dude. I'm like, stop saying fucking dude. And he's like, dude, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, you've said a lot already, and it had dude before everything. But like, dude is a word that I used to think you had to stop saying it at a certain age, but I realized, no, you can say it for the rest of your life, depending on your occupation. Like if you work at a surf shop, you can say dude for the rest of your life. Like, hey dude, you need some wax? But if you're a neurosurgeon, you can't use that word. A neurosurgeon can't call a guy on the phone and be like, dude, your test results just came back. Dude, you are fucked. Your brain looks like a lava lamp, man. I fly a lot. I'm a frequent flyer. I was on a plane recently. I'm sitting up there, and a woman got sick on the plane. And so they brought her up and had her lie on the ground next to me, and she's like, and the flight attendant started freaking out. She's like, is there a doctor on the plane? Nobody answered. She's like, is there a nurse on the plane? Nobody answered. She's like, is there a paramedic on the plane? Nobody answered. I'm like, how fucking far are they gonna go? So I leaned over to the flight attendant. I go, I'm a comedian. Because I didn't know what was next. You know, I'm on the list somewhere. I don't know how far down. Like, what were they really going to say next? Has anybody seen Scrubs? How about Grey's Anatomy? There was a pilot in America that died on a plane. Died. Not just on the plane. He was flying that fucking thing. Yeah, can you imagine that experience? Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. I wouldn't want to be on that plane. Here, this is your pilot speaking. We're cruising at approximately 36,000. This is your flight attendant speaking. Is there a doctor on the plane? Never mind. Is there another pilot? This is your passenger speaking. Is there a parachute on this fucking plane? I don't like when I fly and they give you a map of where you're going, especially when you're flying overseas. You ever get that? You look up and it's like, well, we're over fucking water. I don't really need a map to know what's beneath me right now. It's not really helping. What I'd like to see is just a big picture of a fucking runway. I don't like when they give you the outside air temperature too. Oh, Outside air temperature, thanks. Thanks, airline, I appreciate that. Because I was thinking about going up to the observation deck. But now that I know it's -50, I'm gonna put my parka on. How'd you find that shit out anyway? The pilot just going, whoa. Fucking cold.